Welcome back. You're watching First Up 9 a.m. live right here on India Today. Now we are shifting focus to a comprehensive ground report. It's an India Today exclusive. We are calling it Inside India's Afghanistan. We are talking about Malda in West Bengal. Malda, once again, once known as the gateway to North Bengal, has become a den of crime. After the 3rd of January violence, a team of India Today visited this Bengal district and found that parts of the district are so notorious that the government and police officers are scared of even venturing into these areas.
The Malda District Collectorate, established way back in September 1947. More than 100 officials from the government, excise, police and other departments work here. Their job is to govern the 3,700 square kilometer area that makes up the Malda district. They are the agents of the Indian state, the instruments of governance. You would assume that these government officials are the most powerful people in Malda, and that their writ prevails across the length and breadth of the district. But what if we were to tell you that there are large parts of Malda where officers of the state government are scared of venturing into? Areas that have been overrun by illegal immigrants, where mobs led by criminals rule, and where Indian law means little. Areas that are as lawless as the Badlands of Afghanistan. This is not a figment of someone's imagination, but the reality of Malda. Government officials, cutting across departments, spoke to India Today's special investigation team about just how lawless things really were in Malda. Their statements are going to shock you.
जोन है वो पिछले साल में गोली बारूद चल रहा है।
ओपीएम की भी खेती बहुत हो रही है। हाँ। और फेक करेंसी नोट का भी ट्रांजैक्शन यहाँ बहुत है। हाँ।
पहले साल में बम हथियार लेके उसको हमारा टीम को अटक किया था।
India Today's Harish Sharma and Arun Singh were sent to Malda to investigate the January 3rd attack at a police station in Kalyachak. They met Abhishek Modi, the additional superintendent of police in Malda, one of the senior-most law enforcers in this district. Our reporters quizzed Abhishek about the progress in the investigation and whether the police had been able to round up all the criminals involved. We asked Abhishek if he could go and see the areas the criminals had come from. Don't even think about it, was the additional superintendent's stark warning.
मतलब इंटीरियर में हमारे लिए खतरा है।
इंटीरियर में कुछ हो ही सकता है। वहाँ पे तो बदमाश लोग हैं, वो तो पुलिस पे भी अटैक कर देते हैं ऐसे कुछ।
अच्छा,
पुलिस पे अटैक? हाँ, पुलिस पे भी अटैक कर देता है। बम करके।
तो ज्यादातर वहाँ लोग बम रखते हैं।
हाँ, बम, आर्म्स
भी है।
हाँ।
तो ये आप लोगों को पता नहीं चल पाता है अंदर से?
हाँ, पता है तो आपको अरेस्ट करते हैं। ये बताएंगे ना तो अरेस्ट नहीं करते हैं यहाँ पे। हाँ, अरेस्ट होता है यहाँ पे तो यहाँ पे लगा ही रहता है अरेस्ट। आर्म, FIC, बम होता रहता है यहाँ पे।
The additional superintendent of police warned our correspondents about not going into the interior areas. He revealed that these places were dens of bombs, arms and fake currency. We then asked Abhishek, how did cops manage to patrol the areas that had been taken over by illegal migrants? His answer startled us.
मतलब अकेला पुलिस वाला भी मुझे लगता है उसको भी डर लगता होगा अंदर से।
वो भी कितना काम करेगा बताओ, 24 घंटे ही तो है हाथ में।
आप अकेले जा सकते हैं, आपको सिक्योरिटी लेके जाना पड़ता है।
हाँ, सिक्योरिटी लेके जाना पड़ता है।
अकेले पॉसिबल नहीं है।
अकेले तो जाना मुश्किल है, जाना ठीक भी नहीं है।
मेरी डर रहता है कि कहीं गलत
हाँ, घेर के कुछ भी कर सकता है, फालतू में क्यों ऐसा जोखिम कर रहे हैं।
The additional superintendent of Malda district, one of the senior most cops in the area, revealed to reporters that it wasn't safe for policemen to venture into these pockets alone. The cops were afraid that mobs would surround them and attack them.
अकेले तो जाना मुश्किल है, जाना ठीक भी नहीं है।
मेरी डर रहता है कि कहीं गलत
हाँ, घेर के कुछ भी कर सकता है, फालतू में क्यों ऐसा जोखिम कर रहे हैं।
From the district headquarters, our team travelled to the now infamous Kalyachak police station, which had just been given a fresh coat of paint. It was here that a wild mob of roughly 1.5 lakh people had gone on a rampage on the 3rd of January. The police station had been set on fire. The cops inside managed to escape with great difficulty. We wanted to find out whether Abhishek was an exceptionally scared cop, or was he reflecting a fear shared by other policemen in the district? At the Kalyachak police station, we met Sub-Inspector Sheetal Jha. We asked Sheetal about the kind of weapons that criminals living in the badlands of Kalyachak had access to. Listen to his answer.
ये लोग सर किस टाइप के हथियार रखते होंगे?
लोग
जो
आर्म्स तो 1 शॉट रहेगा, 9mm पिस्तौल।
9mm पिस्तौल भी रखते हैं कालियाचक में?
बहुत सारा।
सुना यहाँ पे ये लोग बनाते भी हैं, बॉम्ब वगैरह भी बनाते हैं?
नहीं, हम लोग को 2 कारखाना हम लोग धरा है यहाँ से।
अच्छा।
एक लखीपुर है यहाँ और एक धरा है आपको सीजापुर।
Sheetal tells us that Malda is used as a transit zone by illegal immigrants from Bangladesh. They live here temporarily before moving on to greener pastures like Mumbai and Chennai. In Malda, immigrants are also able to arrange fake Indian identification for themselves. Listen to Sheetal as he expresses helplessness in being able to crack down.
यहाँ बांग्लादेशी बहुत रहते होंगे?
बांग्लादेश से ये यहाँ का मैंने पीपल है ना, ये अपना बॉम्बे, राजस्थान, मद्रास, खाना जगह नहीं है, ये लोग खट रहे हैं। और यहाँ अच्छा डॉक्यूमेंट्स देके, अच्छा प्रूफ देके लोग कारखाना में काम कर रहा है, 2 महीना 4 महीना सब चोरी करके भाग।
तो यहाँ तो पुलिस अकेले भी नहीं जा सकता कहीं अंदर?
नहीं
रेड पे
नहीं, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पुलिस लेके
मतलब थ्रेट रहता है इसमें?
हाँ।
आप लोगों को भी डर लगता है फिर तो?
हाँ, मोजमपुर है यहाँ का, मोजमपुर गांव है, मोजमपुर 2014 अप्रैल मई जून 3 महीना 90 दिन टाना बॉम्बिंग और फायर हो रहा है।
अच्छा।
Stories of armed mobs clashing with law enforcement agencies would seem like scenes straight out of a Western action flick, but this is the stark reality that cops like Sheetal and Abhishek need to deal with. Fake currency, opium and illegal arms. You name the crime, the cops told us Malda was a den for them all.
सर, मालदा में किस टाइप की क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटीज हैं?
सभी है, सब कुछ मिलेगा।
सबसे ज्यादा
कैसे बोल सकते हैं, बोलना मुश्किल है, सब कुछ है।
अच्छा,
कुछ कमी नहीं है?
मतलब अगर पूछा जाए तो फेक करेंसी नोट के बारे में, इलीगल
एप्पल्स और ऑरेंजेस को कैसे कंपेयर कर सकते हैं कि फेक करेंसी और कॉपी कल्टिवेशन में कौन सा ज्यादा है? दोनों ही बहुत ही ज्यादा मात्रा में है।
मतलब ओपीएम की भी खेती बहुत हो रही है।
हाँ।
और फेक करेंसी नोट का भी ट्रांजैक्शन यहाँ बहुत है।
हाँ।
Malda was once known as the gateway to North Bengal. The Malda variety of mango is famous not just across India but also exported across the globe. But now, the district is notorious for a deadly cocktail of imports of illegal weapons and fake currency. Malda is far away from the radar of those who live in the country's glitzy metros, but parts of the district seem to be falling off the Indian map as well. With Harish Sharma and Arun Singh, this is Rahul Kamal in Malda reporting for India Today.
Let's now cut across live to India TV Today Network's managing editor, Rahul Kamal, who joins us from Malda in West Bengal. Rahul, this is a very comprehensive report which your special investigation team has been able to get our viewers of India Today. Just if you could tell us a little bit about the findings. What exactly, how serious is the situation in Malda at this moment?
Well, there are a couple of very important things, and let's leave all political accusations on the side, because West Bengal is heading into election season. What's most important, Sanket, is to look at what these officials are telling us on record. On India Today cameras, you've got senior officials in the local district police saying there are parts of Malda that they are scared of venturing into because they get attacked by criminals who have bombs, who have weapons, who have rifles, and they fire at them. These cops are also saying that they were under instructions not to fire at the mob despite the fact that they were being attacked. Now, who gave these instructions and why? You know, why should the cops not have the right to fire in self-defense as they do elsewhere? And third, and to my mind, most importantly, Kaliachak is only the symptom of the malaise that Malda is facing right now. You know, illegal arms, fake currency, poppy cultivation. The NIA estimates that 90% of the fake currency entering India via Bangladesh comes from Malda. Why is it all happening over here? Why for all these years in the build-up to Kaliachak did the government not clamp down on these illegal activities? I think those are the key questions. The testimonies of the government officers are damning. It almost sounds unbelievable, but they're telling you there are parts of my district I'm not prepared to get into because they attack me. I have a rifle 303 bore. They have Kalashnikovs. I'm too scared of going there.
Scary, absolutely. Rahul, do stay on with us. Let's take the second part of your comprehensive ground report. Now, one of the areas that Rahul is mentioning in his report is Kaliachak, where an unruly mob of thousands burnt a police station. That's where a police station was actually burnt. Now, amid reports that there was also an intelligence input about the gathering of a mob, there is a sinister blame game that is going on. So who really is to blame for the violence? Here's another special ground report from Malda.
This is the Kaliachak police station. 3 weeks ago, it looked like this. The building was set on fire by an unruly mob. Keen on erasing the scars of the ghastly attack, the administration wasted no time in giving the station a fresh coat of paint. Remnants of that day can still be seen strewn around the police station. There were only 23 policemen deployed at Kaliachak on the morning of January the 3rd. These cops were up against a mob of roughly 1.5 lakhs. Crowds had started gathering around the police station from early in the morning. Somewhere between noon and 1 p.m, the mob stormed the police station. Cops were forced to lock themselves up in a small room in a corner of the police station. The mob headed straight for the record room. All the records of the criminals in the district are kept here. The record room and the inspector's room was set on fire. In self-defense, cops were forced to fire in the air. After the records were destroyed, the mob started to leave. On the way out, they set several of the neighboring shops and vehicles parked in front of them on fire.
This is what used to be the barracks of the policemen who used to stay at the Kaliachak police station. When the violent mob attacked on the 3rd of January, the cops here were forced to escape and hide in a small room at the back of the police station. Some records can still be seen. These are files of all the records of the criminals in the area of Kaliachak. Most of the files were destroyed. Some are partly burnt and can still be seen over here, but are practically of no use. You can still see the marks of the fire. This entire place vandalized and destroyed. Now, of course, an attempt is being made to rebuild this area very quickly. But at that time, this whole place was set on fire and attacked by the unruly mob. Let's take you to the next room. This is the record room of the Kaliachak police station. Many of the intelligence officials believe that this was the real target of the mob. Electrical cables all burnt. The roof still tells the tale of what happened that day. Officials believe that the mob wanted to deliberately destroy all the records so that no evidence would be left about the criminal activities of those who operate in the Khaliachak area. Look right outside this window. Several motorcycles and scooters were kept over here. They were set on fire. Some of these belong to police officials, some belong to people who live nearby. All of them set on fire, and they're still out there like a virtual graveyard.
So what led to the crowd getting so agitated? Like after every failure in India, a vicious blame game is the first response of the people who were caught wanting. We first met Abhishek Modi, the additional superintendent of police. He blamed the lapse on a local intelligence failure.
तो लोकल इंटेलिजेंस से नहीं पता चला आपको भी ओवर पावर्ड हो रहे हैं लोग, हो सकते हैं।
इतना क्राउड आ जाएगा ये तो कभी नहीं हुआ है। तो पहली बार हुआ कभी चौक में 1.5 लाख का क्राउड तो कभी नहीं होता।
तो आपका लोकल इंटेलिजेंस इसमें फेल हो गया ना?
हाँ, we fail to get that kind of, ये तो हो ही सकता है। टेररिस्ट एक्ट होता है तो भी बोलते ही है कि इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर है।
After leaving the ASP's office, we paid a visit to the office of the District Intelligence Bureau, or the DIB. Here we met Mihir Lal Laskar. Speaking to India Today's special investigation team, Mihir insisted that there was no intelligence failure and that 2 days before the attack, the state administration had been warned that a sinister plan was afoot at Khaliachak.
हम ये जानना चाह रहे थे कि 2 दिन पहले इन लोगों ने किया था कि हम वहाँ पे धरना करने जा रहे हैं, तो उसकी इंटेलिजेंस आपने पुलिस को दिया था कि इस तरीके से लोग गैदर हो सकते हैं, इस लेवल पे गैदरिंग होगी, इसकी जानकारी आपने दी?
वो तो देना ही है हम लोग। लीफलेट पे तो पूरी साफा है जो ये लोग यहाँ इकट्ठा होंगे।
नहीं तो आपने क्या
प्रोटेस्ट
बताया था कितनी संख्या में लोग वहाँ पे इकट्ठा होंगे?
बता दिया था। अच्छा, वो तो इंटरनल बात आपको हम बोलेंगे
नहीं, हम इसीलिए केवल आपसे वही
पता नहीं, वो तो हमारा काम है। हम तो पहले एक ही शब्द सेंटेंस में बोल दिया है, जो हमारा काम है वो हम किया।
The cops say they had no warning. The Intelligence Bureau says a warning was given well in time. Unwilling to take blame and facing political heat, the Mamata Banerjee government pinned the blame on the Border Security Force, which reports to the Home Ministry at the centre. The Chief Minister wanted to avoid any communal slur. She dismissed the attack as a law and order problem between the BSF and the local people.
That's a different, that is BSF versus people, there is a struggle. It is not state is involved in any matter. And this is not a communal program also.
Thank you.
I think you should not ask this question also, because that is distorted. And that was misinformed, that what happened there.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I know na, that there are some, BSF का साथ में उसका थोड़ा झगड़ा हुआ था. That is not also within my party or state government or state police. We manage this situation. It is BSF and the local people.
According to the state government, it was when a jeep of the BSF got stuck in a traffic jam caused by the protesters that things started getting out of hand. A mob was supposedly protesting against the comments made about the Prophet Muhammad by Hindu Mahasabha leader Kamlesh Tiwari. The BSF did not speak to India Today's reporters on camera, but on the condition of anonymity, senior officials told us that the force was being made a scapegoat in a political tussle. BSF sources say the jeep story had nothing to do with the violence in Khaliachak. They believe this was a well-planned conspiracy by gangsters to destroy all criminal records stored at the Khaliachak police station. 8 of the 23 policemen who were present at the Khaliachak police station on that fateful day have been transferred to neighbouring police stations. They have been ordered to zip up and not to speak to journalists. India Today managed to track down Assistant Sub-Inspector Ramchand Saha, who was on duty when the mob attacked. Saha says the mob fired at the cops and that they even hurled bombs. The ASI alleges that cops were under strict instructions not to use force against the mob.
उस दिन जो दंगा हुआ तो उसमें क्या ये आर्म्स भी लेके आए थे?
हाँ, फायर भी कर रहे थे।
अच्छा,
बॉम्ब भी थ्रो कर रहे थे।
अरे बाबा,
वो तो 4 स्टेप में हम लोग अटैक किया। हम लोग तो अनऑफिशियली फायरिंग भी कर रहे थे, लेकिन शिव में का तरफ से हम लोग को रेस्ट्रिक्शन।
तो रेस्ट्रिक्शन क्यों आया?
रेस्ट्रिक्शन अगर एक प्रोग्राम है उनका रिलीजियस प्रोग्राम, अगर
वोट बैंक
नहीं, लेकिन उसके बाद जब दंगा हो गया तो फिर तो आपको
प्रोटेक्शन के लिए तो करना चाहिए, लेकिन वो रेस्ट्रिक्शन था।
तो ऊपर से आदेश था कि नहीं करना।
ये तो गलत है। आप अपनी जान गवा बैठोगे ऐसे तो।
हाँ, ऐसा ही था, लेकिन हम लोग अनऑफिशियली किया था, इसलिए हम लोग बचना मुश्किल था। हम लोग
You just heard one of the cops who was on duty at the time of the mob attack describe how the police was under instructions from the administration not to use force, despite the nefarious design of the unruly mob.
उस दिन जो दंगा हुआ तो उसमें क्या ये आर्म्स भी लेके आए थे?
हाँ, फायर भी कर रहे थे।
अच्छा,
बॉम्ब भी थ्रो कर रहे थे।
अरे बाबा,
वो तो 4 स्टेप में हम लोग अटैक किया।
The admissions of the local police raise very serious questions about the attitude of the state government. If the Intelligence Bureau had provided inputs about an unruly mob planning to congregate, why were additional security personnel not rushed to Malda? Why were the cops given strict instructions not to use force against the violent mob? Is the state government trying to shun its responsibility by projecting the Malda violence as a law and order clash between the BSF and locals? Why is the role of criminal gangs run by illegal immigrants not being fully investigated?
25 days after a violent mob stormed the Khaliachak police station, attempts are being made to start afresh. The outer wall was destroyed in several places by the violent mob. That wall is being rebuilt, the height is being increased. Right behind me is the main building of the Khaliachak police station. You can see it's been given a fresh coat. Attempts are being made to somehow erase the scars of what happened on the January the 3rd. But in the hearts and minds of the policemen who work here, the memory of what happened that fateful day is still alive.
As West Bengal slips into election season, Malda has become a bone of contention between the BJP and the Trinamool. But somewhere in this political tutu-meme, critical questions of national security are being ignored. With Arun Singh and Harish Sharma, this is Rahul Kamal reporting for the India Today Special Investigation Team from Malda.
Our policemen are not even being provided with basic mine-proof vehicles.
That's right, Radeep, and if we are to just put things into perspective, improvised explosive devices of the type that we saw
about the show, it's pollution-free, it's noise-free, and it's opinion-free. Well, actually it's not, because all we have is our opinion. On the show this